Hey everybody, Zombie Soundwave here, and today I wanted to talk about cosmetics in video games. Primarily, I'm going to be kind of talking about like Battlefield and Call of Duty, but I'm kind of talking about all cosmetics in general, like all skins in gaming. And mainly I want to talk about that because, obviously Call of Duty and Battlefield have kind of had a big moment recently where players have really felt like, the cosmetics have gotten too outlandish in both of those games, and I just feel like it's an important topic right now. Primarily because I'm not somebody who really cares a whole lot that the cosmetics are in the game, but I know there are a lot of people out there that do, and there are certain points even for me where I feel like the cosmetics go too far. Like a Beavis and Butthead skin is one that personally I feel like goes a little too far. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about this kind of more generally because I think that we are really in this moment where they are getting added to a lot of games. A lot of games have crazy cosmetics, even like an Overwatch has been doing it and stuff like that. So, to basically let's rein it back for a minute. I'm going to primarily be talking about like what I think needs to happen. Obviously, with Call of Duty, they've kind of already walked back a lot of their like carry forward stuff, and they've now said that they're not probably going to have as wacky skins for this game. I kind of tend to think I'll believe that when I see it. I kind of think we're probably going to get into Season 2 and there are going to be skins that people don't like again. Mainly because I think that they're just kind of setting it up so that everyone will buy it in the first place. And then once they start to lose the player base that doesn't stick around anyway, they'll probably start putting those skins back out because the people who are still playing probably don't care as much about the accuracy of the skins. So yeah, I fear they'll probably just, work those skins in at that time, and that's just how that will go. But yeah, overall, personally, these skins don't tend to bother me. I think like when they break like art style, that's when they start to bother me, and that's why the Beavis and Butthead skins were ones that I just didn't really primarily like to see in the game. So the thing that I'm worried about though is that like I think that at some point you have to just understand too that like some of these games are free to play, and like not Call of Duty specifically, but some of these games that have moved to free to play have really started to lean into this. And because Warzone exists, and I'm assuming that they have enough players that they see that aren't buying the main game and are only playing Warzone, I guess they feel that they need to make these skins, and I think that ultimately that's going to win out. And that's what I fear for Battlefield. Battlefield is going to a free-to-play battle royale in the we don't know when it's coming out yet, but like I'm assuming a few months after the main Battlefield 6 title releases. And I think that that's going to be a really big turning point for Battlefield, and I'm curious to see what's ultimately going to happen with it, because I think at some point they're going to make the decision that because it's a free-to-play title and because EA is going to want money, that they are going to start releasing skins that are at least probably too far for the Battlefield community. Something that I've seen pretty unanimously in the Battlefield community is that they want accurate skins, and even in the COD community that's true, but I feel like it's even deeper in the Battlefield community. Like at least in the Call of Duty community, I think people just want more like grounded in the world of Call of Duty. Like I don't think people care so much if there's like a zombie skin or if there's something that's like a little outlandish. It's just they don't want Beavis and Butthead, and they don't want things that don't fit the vibe of the game. Where Battlefield, I feel like they just want military accurate skins with camo, and they want them to be the color of like snow, sand, grass. They want very basic, milsim skins. And I just don't think ultimately the Battlefield is going to be able to maintain a storefront only selling those skins. Like I'm sure like at the start, like if they sell camos and accurate skins, like sure they're going to be people that jump on that early on, and of course they're going to do that. But I think ultimately that's going to dry up because you can only sell so many camos and so many skins for characters before people are like, all right, well I've got this character in a snow skin, this character in a sand skin. Like ultimately that's just going to end at some point. I don't really know what the answer is for the military skins, because I just think at some point that's, like, people are going to buy so many of them, and even then, I think that that's fair enough. Like, if you spend, like, let's say you buy 5 skins, I mean, there is no set total of how many skins you should buy. So, I mean, the company should just be happy that you purchased 5 skins, and they should be happy that that's what you did. Or 1, or, 10, I don't know. My point, though, is that, like, ultimately the company is going to want people to spend more money, though, and they're going to want to tempt people with interesting cosmetics, and I just don't think, ultimately, that there's going to be a group that likes the military skins, and then there's going to be a group that doesn't really, like, they don't care. Like, the base skins that come in the, like, base game are going to be fine, but they might care if the skin's a little weird. And yeah, I just think ultimately when the game goes free to play and it attracts a different audience, that's when the changes are going to happen. Because right now, that's kind of what we've seen in the Call of Duty community is you had the Call of Duty fans that have been playing since, World at War or COD 4 or MW2, and those people aren't happy with the current state of the game. Like, they don't like a lot of the stuff about the base game, but they really don't like the cosmetic scene. And then I think that could happen with Battlefield. Like, I think Battlefield could very much see, like, yes, you have this audience, yes, they buy very basic military skins for the most part. And then once the Battle Royale community comes in and you start to attract free-to-play players, people who have never played Battlefield before, people that maybe have played Battlefield but fell off and they're not as hardcore Battlefield fans, once those people get in, the whole cosmetic landscape could change, because that's exactly what happened in Call of Duty. In, like, Modern Warfare 2019, we still had pretty basic skins. Even some of the weirdest skins were, still kind of based in the Modern Warfare reality. But yeah, once we got to, Cold War, that's when things started to get a little weird. I'd say Cold War still did, for the most part, pretty well. But then once we hit Vanguard was like, it was gone. That's when we got, like, Attack on Titan and Godzilla and all that stuff. And personally, again, I'm not really that anti that, but I know that there are people that very much care about that. And I know that I'm kind of an outlier because I have been playing Call of Duty since, like, MW2. So I know it's a weird situation for me to not care as much, but yeah, I just think Battlefield's in a really interesting place right now with their launch, how well they've approached their launch with cosmetics, how much they've really established to the fan base and to people that are, even on the Call of Duty side, that are looking for something different, that, this is a very grounded military shooter. And how once that Battle Royale hits, I'm just very interested to see what happens with cosmetics. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that, for the sake of most Battlefield fans, that things stay relatively grounded and that it's the game that they want to see at the end of the day. But I'm just not sure. I think ultimately, once you get that free-to-play market in there, and once you get outliers and people who haven't played Battlefield for a long time, you just get to a point where, like, they know that they can make money. And once, like, they test something, like, once they go, like, hey, here's a little bit of a weird skin that maybe doesn't upset the community too much, but it's a little weird and it's a little pushing the boundaries of Battlefield. If that skin makes a ton of money because a bunch of free-to-play players buy it, I mean, that's it. They're going to start pushing and pushing and pushing further. And, I mean, that's exactly, once again, what happened to Call of Duty. And, yeah, I don't know. This was an interesting discussion for me. I really wanted to talk about this because, like, as somebody who's played Call of Duty, I felt like I had this experience of seeing how Call of Duty changed in the last 5 years. And I'm really curious to see how Battlefield approaches this same process now that they're going into this. And if they have the success or even similar success to Warzone, how that changes Battlefield. Because Call of Duty has definitely been changed by Warzone's existence for the last couple of years, or last few years, 5 years at this point. But yeah, so this was just interesting to me. I just wanted to have this discussion, talk about cosmetics a little bit, talk about how they've affected Call of Duty, and ultimately how they could affect Battlefield. So if you're a Battlefield fan, leave me some information in the comments. Tell me what you think about this. Let me know if you think cosmetics could change, if you think Battlefield will, not go down that road. Just, let me know what you think. Leave a like. That's always appreciated. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. All that stuff helps this channel a lot. And I'm really looking forward to Battlefield. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I've played a few Battlefield games in my day, so I'm really excited about Battlefield 6. I think there's a lot of cool stuff coming in it, and yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm curious to see how Battle Royale changes what Battlefield is or doesn't. So, all right, thank you all for listening to my ramblings. I will catch you all in the next one. I hope you all have a great day. Peace out, everybody.